Hello, my name is Dr. Leonie Reins. I'm an assistant professor at the Tilburg Institute for Law, Technology and Society at Tilburg Law School. I'm here today with Professor Geert Van Calster in order to present you our latest edition on the Paris Agreement on climate change. Geert, can you say a few words about yourself and the contributors to the volume and why we decided to edit this book together?
Thank you very much, Leonie. Well, we're most excited. I am a professor of law at Leuven University in Belgium. I'm also a practitioner, and I've been in the area of environmental law really since ever since my PhD, which I wrote in the 1990s on trade and environment. So the relationship between international trade law and environmental issues. I teach environmental law here at Leuven, where I started a program called the Master of Energy and Environmental Law some years back. I've also been teaching environmental law at King's College, London, at Monash University in Melbourne, and at the China EU School of Law in Beijing. One of the most recent courses which I set up at Monash University in Melbourne, in fact, is a course on strategic and public interest litigation. And it's this course, which I think actually corresponds best to the need which Leonie and I saw for the book, because this is a course which looks at litigation in national courts, a little bit also international courts. And of course, what Leonie and I found is that in national climate litigation, so in cases that came before courts in national courts before on climate issues, that the Paris Agreement was being cited ever more frequently. And the result of this is that Leonie and I decided that it would be good to have a book where we would have a collection of authors bring their views on the basis of their analysis of the preparatory works and of the application of the various articles of the Paris Agreement. I think the core of the success of the book really are the amazing set of authors from a varied background, both culturally speaking, nationally speaking, but also in terms of discipline. Some of them are energy law specialists, others climate law specialists, others pure environment, etc. Many of them have practical experience, and indeed there's a number of them who have negotiated or have helped negotiate the Paris Agreement for their governments. And the agreement, therefore, which I suspect many of those watching this clip will know, the agreement, which was concluded in December 2015, really is the culmination of a very, very long, some would undoubtedly argue too long, an attempt by the international community to try and reach more binding agreements, more binding targets on climate change, mediation, adaptation, and mitigation. And what we've done, therefore, is indeed to try and bring a proper analysis of each of these articles into the volume that is the book. Now, one of the advantages of the Paris Agreement is its structure, which is very straightforward. There are no subtitles or sub-chapters or anything of that kind. There's simply 29 articles, and we've asked the authors, therefore, to bring their own analysis for each of those 29 articles. Perhaps, Leonie, you might say, with that sort of general background, perhaps you could say a little bit more about how this has fed into the way the book looks as it does now.
Yeah, thank you very much, Geert. Indeed, the main objective of the book is to provide an in-depth analysis of each of the provisions of the Paris Agreement, and it provides a unique and textual analysis of the most recent and important international instruments in climate change. I mean, the history, the implementation and operation of the Paris Agreement are described in detail through a careful provision by provision analysis, which also considers the question of bindingness and enforceability of the agreement and individual provisions. This analysis examines the commitments that the parties to the agreement have undertaken in order to combat climate change and adapt to its effects, while at the same time providing additional support to developing countries. We hope that the commentary will provide an indispensable guide to obtain a deep and comprehensive understanding of the way in which the global community seeks to identify and address its offer to address to climate change mitigation. We have tried to reach a very broad audience, no matter if you're a policymaker, a government official working on any aspect on climate change around the world, a practitioner in the field of climate change, an international or national negotiator, an academic, or even a student. We hope that the commentary will serve as a useful reference guide to any of you on the key aspects of the agreements. Yeah, do you want to summarize one of the key features of the volume?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think indeed, Leonie, one of the key features, I think, is what you've actually just handed it now, which is that it combines scholarly analysis and scholarly ideas with very practical implementation assessment. So we hope, and indeed we've certainly aimed to have the contributors write the book in a way which will speak both to scholars like yourselves, Leonie, who are at the forefront of energy and environmental issues and how the legal discipline should deal with these, but also indeed practitioners and civil servants, so that the book will be a reference point for them to understand the actual practical detail of each of the articles of the Paris Agreement. As I've mentioned already, a key feature clearly is the lineup, the stellar lineup of authors. These are really very, very exciting people in their fields, and we are most grateful that they took their time to research the chapters as they appear in the book. We already have discussion in those individual chapters of recent implementation efforts, including national plans for the implementation of the agreement. We also have references to litigation where they already existed. And our hope and understanding is that the book indeed will serve as an instrument for the many climate litigation actions, but also the many governmental preparatory measures which are going on at the moment in implementing the Paris Agreement. So we hope that we've caught your interest. We are very excited by the book. We hope that it will be a continuing contribution to the scholarship and practice that is climate change. And if you have any questions on the book, then please do get in touch.
Thank you very much. And we hope that you will check out the book. Thank you. Bye.